One life, one decade, one shot to grow while it still matters. This is day 61 of completing my 20s, and today's topic is a letter to my younger self. Now, this will kind of piggyback over some of the stuff I talked in my video from yesterday, but not exactly. So, like yesterday, it had to do with some of the biggest mistakes I've made, and that's what I don't want this video to be. But I definitely have to highlight the mistakes I made while I was younger. So instead of me going back and criticizing myself for all the bad mistakes I made, aka the last video, if you want to know those, check those out. I'm not going to reincite them in this video. If you want to know those, go check it out. But I would definitely include that in what I would tell my younger self. It would start with talking about the mistakes I made and how I could have done them differently and things like that. But in this video, I want to talk more on the emotional aspect of it. I will say, like, I didn't go through a lot, but I feel like we all go through a lot. You know, when they say that the problems never go away, it means that there's different problems for everybody. You know, one person can grow up without a family, and one person can wreck the $60,000 car that their dad gave them, and they can both still feel upset, you know. So whether your problems are as sand on a beach or as big as a boulder on the side of the mountain, you still got them, you know, no matter what it is. No matter how big or small you think they are, they're there. So no matter what, you have to accept that. You have to accept the fact that your problems will never go away. So you need to learn to accept it, and you need to learn to deal with your emotions and learn how to express them in different things that you do. I'm working on that now, but I definitely could have used that when I was younger, and that's what I'd like to tell myself when I was younger is know that you're always going to have problems in life. You're always going to get aggravated. You're always going to be pissed off or mad or upset or happy or joyful or helpful or kind. You know, all these emotions and feelings are inevitable. You know, I read an interview today that's my dad used to tell me to watch, and I recommend him to you guys. It's Sad Guru. You've probably heard of him. Now, he believes a certain thing. You don't have to believe him. He doesn't create his content for you to believe him. He creates his content and his stuff for you to understand what he's trying to say and then do what you will with it. And he makes it very clear when he tells people that he's not telling you how to live or what to do. He's telling you how to do it, and it's your choice. And he said, you know, he was actually in an interview with Mike Tyson, a phenomenal interview. You guys should go check it out. And then I was also watching one with him and Joe Rogan. But he said, you know, are we human creatures or are we human beings? And what's the difference? Well, human creatures act off impulse. They don't think, they just do in order to survive. Versus as a human being, you have to be. You have to be yourself. You have to be what you are. Your being. He put it into better words, but human creatures pretty much act instinctively off of emotions in order to survive. Versus human beings have to be a human. You know, and what he said separates us humans from a worm or any other creature in this world or animal is the possibilities that we have. You know, that's it. We have endless possibilities that would separate us from creatures due to communication and opportunities and just obviously everything that's different between a human and an animal. But other than that, we're the same. So it's part of being a human being to feel the way you feel and want to do certain things that you do, but it's more important to control the way you feel in a way where you're not suppressing your emotions, but you're absorbing them and you're understanding them fluidly. You know, like I said, the problems never go away. And, there's a ton of stuff I could say to my younger self about how I shouldn't have been too quick to the judge, but I also am very proud of you for working hard while you were younger. Again, I mean, I'm only 20, but, I can look back when I was 16, 15, and very young. I'm lucky. I wouldn't say I'm lucky, but I was eager to get into the gym and get a job, and that there's good pros and cons to that. My dad tried to tell me, like, you're going to work the rest of your life. If you don't need to work right now, there's no point. But for me, it was, I want to make money. I want to get my work ethic up. I want to know what it feels like to work. I want to have the responsibilities. I want to buy certain things that I want to. So, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did as early as I did, and I'm proud of you for doing that. Proud of you for kept working and pushing through and always holding yourself to a high standard. And, there's been mistakes I've made, but I will say I don't regret any of them. Certain things, I did what I did for a reason. I don't look back and nothing bothers me. Nothing's on the back of my head. I've been able to let go of things. Things have been upset me for a long time, but I've been able to let go a lot. When I was younger, you couldn't do that as good, so proud of you for learning that skill along this process. So, I could keep going on and on, honestly, but I think I've said what I would want to say to my younger self pretty clear. If I was looking at my younger self in the eyes, it'd obviously be a lot different. I probably wouldn't be able to shut up, I may have said some other different things, but I think that's definitely the point I was trying to get across for the vast majority of it, is just understanding my emotions, and grateful for my younger self for gaining the work ethic I did as far as getting in the gym and getting into work and trying at a younger age to meditate and just trying these things, and there's only so much more growth and progression to go as we move forward. So thank you to my younger self for doing what you did. Thank you to my current self, and thank you to my future self. Because no matter what happens along this journey, I'm slowly starting to learn that everything's in here, so you choose the way you want to feel. You don't choose the way you want to feel, but you can choose how to understand your emotions and know when you're feeling a certain way. So thank you guys for watching for day 61. This was a letter to my younger self, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys for day 62.